Alright, shalom, shalom. It's your brother AHBAD from YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, AHBAD. I'm Profitable Service in Petersburg, Florida. GMS Tampa Bay 12. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, by Hashem, YAHAWASHI, by Hashem, Chakadash. Double honors to my elder apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Single honor salutation to all you sincere brothers, pushing word, true to sincerity, and peace and blessings also be to all of you, sincere men, women, and children that consist of them 1/3. And peace and blessings be to the confusion, the faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, peace and blessings be unto you all. Basically, this is a response to Vocab Malone 101 on hell. So I'm just gonna get straight to the point. I'm going into the book of Samuel to talk about King Saul, because King Saul rebelled against the Heavenly Father. In other words, he didn't keep his commandment. Salakia, hold on 1 second. Okay, he was given the order to destroy a heathen king and the cattle, but he did not. So let's just go to the point. This is 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 22. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. Okay, in Exodus 18:22 it says, suffer not a witch to live. So what he done, Samuel basically correlated it with him basically being a witch or one with familiar spirits. All right, or someone who committed adultery, or someone who sinned, pretty much. Now let's fast forward to 1 Samuel chapter 28 verse 1. This is to prove that hell is not an actual place. Okay, first I'm gonna jump around a little bit to get to the point. This is 1 Samuel chapter 28 verse 3. Now Samuel was dead. This is the prophet Samuel was dead, and all Israel had lamented him and buried him in Ramah, even in his own city. And Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. So Saul was supposed to put away anyone who can summon spirits. Okay, now this is Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. In other words, anyone who can summon spirits. Okay, so Saul basically exiled all of them out of Israel. Now let's continue on. Verse 4. And the Philistines gathered themselves together and came and pitched in SHAM. And Saul gathered all Israel together, and they pitched in Gilboa. And when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart greatly trembled. Now this is we went from 1 Samuel the 15th chapter. Now we in the 28th chapter. Now remember, Saul went against the Heavenly Father's commandment. So basically, the Heavenly Father told Saul that he was going to give the kingdom to David. And so the Lord wasn't inquiring or dealing with him anymore. All right. Verse 6. And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him not, neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets. The Urim and the Thummim of the day, in layman terms, would be like a crystal ball. Okay, but that's another story. Verse 7. Then said Saul unto his servant, seek me a woman that hath a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And the servant said to him, behold, there is a woman that have a familiar spirit at Endor. Okay, now we're finna get to the point. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment, and he went, and 2 men with him, and they came to the woman by night. And he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. So Saul was desperate. Here it is. One, you already went against the Heavenly Father by not keeping his commandment, by destroying the kings and the animals. Now you already pushed out everyone who have familiar spirits. Now you're going to get someone who has a familiar spirit to even try and talk to the Lord. Like, Saul was bugging out. Saul was going off. Salakia. So I'm going to continue on. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul hath done, how he hath cut off those that have familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life that caused me to die? So she knew better. And Saul swears to her by the Lord, saying, As the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. And then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, Bring me up Samuel. So Samuel already was dead. Or should I say resting? So he asking her to bring up Samuel. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice, and the woman spake to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. Angels are always around us. And he said unto her, What form is he of? And she said, An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle, like the garments we have at camp. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel, and he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. Now here comes the point, the apex of it all. And Samuel said to Saul, Why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? Now, why would he say disquieted me? Because he was at rest. He was in the heavens. Okay? Because all spirits go up to the Heavenly Father. They don't go down to hell. Matter of fact, let me just pull that really quick. Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth, which is your body, as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Now we said he disquieted him. Let's go to the book of Job chapter 3. Because it tells you what happens when you die. It says, this is when Job was complaining about why he didn't die from the womb. Job 3:11. Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me? Or why the breast that I should suck? For now should I have lain still and been quiet, and should have slept, then had I been at rest. With kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver. So he was like, I'd rather be in the spirit world right now than to be living in this agony and this pain. Why? He said, I would have been at rest. I'm going to keep reading on to prove to you that all the wicked and all the righteous are up in the heaven. Verse 16, or as in hidden untimely birth I had not been, as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together, they hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. So, wait a minute. So, even the wicked is there, because all spirits go back to the Heavenly Father. Now, let's get back to the story. 1 Samuel 28:15. And Samuel said to Saul, Why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and God is departed from me, and answereth me no more, neither by prophets nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. Then said Samuel, Wherefore then doest thou ask of me, seeing the Lord is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy? Whew, that's heavy. Let's get to the point. And the Lord hath done to him as he spake by me. For the Lord hath rent the kingdom out of thy hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David. Listen to this though. Because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executed his fierce wrath upon Amalek, therefore have the Lord done this thing unto thee this day. So he told him basically, listen, the Heavenly Father took the kingdom from you, okay? And now it's King David's kingdom, okay? And so let me get to the point though. Okay, this is 1 Samuel 28:18. Because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executed his fierce wrath upon Amalek, therefore have the Lord done this thing unto thee this day. Verse 19. Moreover, the Lord will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines. And tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. The Lord also shall deliver the host of Israel into the hand of the Philistines. Hold on. Where was Samuel? He was in the heavens resting. What did the woman tell Saul? She saw gods ascending out of the earth. So when you perish, when you die, you don't go to a place called hell if you were wicked. Because what it said that Saul's disobedience was as the sin of witchcraft, idolatry, or iniquity. So, and they said that the Most High was his enemy. So that mean that the Lord was against you. So how come Samuel said, you're going to be with me in the heavens? Because all spirits go to the Heavenly Father. All right, there's not a place where you burn in hell. He even told you in Job 3 that even the wicked is rested there. Kings, even the smallest, the great, the prisoner, the master, all are there and resting, okay? So Saul was wicked for going off, but Samuel said, you're going to be with me tomorrow because they're going to die in the war. All right? So this just goes to show you, Vocab Malone, that hell is not a place, that all spirits go to the Heavenly Father. I pray all of you was edified. Like I always say, man, ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. Salaki YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Bashir, Kakadash, Tam Yat, Palatam Yat, Lawan Kanai, Lawan Mahar. Shalom.